Good morning, students. As in our last class, we have discussed about the sources of the Delhi Sultanate. So today we will discuss about the dynasties. So the first dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate was the slave dynasty. Muhammad Ghori passed away in 1206 CE. Since Muhammad Ghori had no legal heirs, his territories were divided among his Turkish slaves. That means what happened? Muhammad Ghori, he started the Delhi Sultanate in India. So what happened? He passed away in 1206 and he had no son of his own. So as he had no son of his own, what he did, he had divided all his properties among his own Turkish slaves. Qutbuddin Aybak was also a slave of Muhammad Ghori and was given the territory of Delhi. Now among all the slaves of Muhammad Ghori, Qutbuddin Aybak was also a slave of Muhammad Ghori and he was given the territory of Delhi. He founded the Mamluk dynasty, which was also known as the slave dynasty. So this is important, students, as we can come to know here how the slave dynasty was formed. It was formed by Qutbuddin Aybak. With his territory of Delhi, he has started his own dynasty that was known as the slave dynasty or Mamluk dynasty. Here we need to know an important thing is that why Qutbuddin Aybak has given the name of his dynasty as a slave or Mamluk. Now see, from here we can come to know that the most magnificent, or we can say the most prominent culture that was followed in Turkey during the rule of the Ottoman Empire was that they used to have slaves under the rulers. How the slaves were being formed. So in order to know that, we have to understand a particular important point from history. Now see, whenever there was a battle or a war between the two rulers or two kings of different kingdom, the king or the kingdom which used to get defeated in the war, all the people of the king or the people who used to live in the territory of the king who used to get defeated in the war, those peoples were made slaves of the victorious king. Like for example, if we go back to our history, there we can see that various types of wars and battles were fought. So whenever such war or battle were fought, what happened? The result was nothing. The victorious ruler, that is the ruler who used to own the war or the battle, that particular ruler used to control or used to take under his own control the territories of the defeated kingdom or the defeated ruler. So this was the very basic thing which we will get in the particular sources which are present from our history. Those sources only tell us that how through the process of conquer and conquest the different kings and their kingdoms became powerful. Now the people who were conquered by a ruler or a king, those people used to become the slaves of the victorious king. So this is very important for us to know. There was the process or there was the system of the slavery in the past, in our history. And the system of slavery was very much harsh because it used to hurt the sentiments of the common people. Now we are living in a democratic country. We will not know about such a type of harsh system. But once in our history, if we go back and study through the sources, we can come to know that yes, such type of slavery system was prevalent in the different types of kingdoms. And through this process or through this system of slavery, what people used to do, they used to purchase human beings. That means in the markets, human beings, especially females, were purchased. They were purchased with the help of money and taken to a particular house where that lady or that woman need to perform different types of household works. She or any other person, whether it might be a child or a woman or a man, who were purchased through such process of slavery system, were made a slave. So students, this is very much harsh to know that yes, once upon a time, even in our history, we can see such type of harsh system was prevalent. But yes, it is true, when we will go through the different types of sources from our history, from there we can find out that yes, slavery system was very much prevalent in the world. So from that type of slavery system, the same type of slavery system was also followed in the Delhi Sultanate. And Qutumuddin Aibak was a Turkish slave. He also came from Turkey and became a slave of Muhammad Ghori. And after Muhammad Ghori passed away in 1206 CE, Qutumuddin Aibak, a slave of Muhammad Ghori, was given the territory of Delhi, from where he started his own slave dynasty. Now we will discuss about Qutumuddin Aibak. Qutumuddin Aibak, 1206 to 1210 CE. When Muhammad Ghori left for his homeland, Muhammad Ghori passed away, it means that he had left India, that means Delhi, and he went to his own homeland. He placed Delhi as its adjacent territories in the hands of Qutumuddin Aibak. He had captured many Rajput kingdoms and extended the Turkish rule in the Doab region. Now, what happened after Qutumuddin Aibak? He started his own slave dynasty. In his dynasty, various type of different events we can see. And the first was that Qutumuddin Aibak, he started spreading his own power through the way of various types of battles. Like he had captured many Rajput kingdoms and also extended his own Turkish rule to the Doab region. Now, what is Doab? So, the meaning of Doab is that Doab is an area which is between two rivers. So it is such a type of a territory, that means a land which is present in between two rivers. But before he could consolidate his empire, Qutumuddin Aibak died in an accident. Now we can see here that though he was extending his power and he had extended till the Doab region, but what happened? All of a sudden, Qutumuddin Aibak, he died in an accident. Qutumuddin Aibak has been described as an able and generous ruler. Though the short span of 4 years was not enough to develop a well-defined administrative structure, he thought of the welfare of his subjects. Now, after the rule of Muhammad Ghori, Qutumuddin Aibak started ruling in Delhi, and he could rule only for a period of 4 years. So within this 4 years, he had proved his efficiency, and he was quite a very efficient ruler. And he was also very much well known among his own subjects, that means among his own people. For his generosity and benevolence, Aibak was known as the Lakh Baksh, the giver of lakhs. That means his subjects or his own people used to consider him as a very benevolent and a good ruler. He was quite generous and he always used to help his own people. So his subjects used to love him a lot, and they had given him a title, that is the Lakh Baksh. Lakh Baksh means the giver of lakhs, means a particular ruler who is ready to help his own people at any time, at any situation. Okay students, so in this class all of you go through the slave dynasty, that is about Qutumuddin Aibak. In our next class we will be discussing about Iltutmish.